Hey, college wrestling fans, it's JT1 Wrestle here, and I have got a great guest today. He is none other than the new head coach of the multiple time NAIA national champion Grand View Vikings. Please welcome to the show head coach Grant Henderson.
Thanks for having me on, man. I'm excited.
Well, the Vikings have an excellent opportunity this weekend. We'll be heading towards Reno, Nevada for the Reno Tournament of Champions. And not only will you see some outstanding NAIA talent, you're also going to be seeing some outstanding talent from both NCAA Division II and NCAA Division One. What does it mean to you to be able to have your guys go in and see talent from other divisions?
It's the reason we make this trip, man. We want to go get tested. It's every year, we're excited for this. We look forward to, getting that crossover, getting to see some other guys and really find out, where we're at, where we need to keep improving. So, yeah, man, of course I'm excited and our guys are fired up. They love this trip and go do some work.
And just out of curiosity, do you guys keep any of the stories on board? I mean, you guys have had some exciting moments at Reno in the past. Not that long ago, Isella Llewellyn ended up pinning a Division One All American DJ Washington when he made the finals. Do those memories stay with your NAIA program the way like placing at nationals and stuff like that do?
Yeah, I mean, every season, you always have some of those stories. And of course, you get in some tough competition, tough matches, and especially out at Reno, you get some of those. And yeah, you're gonna have some stories to be told from that season, right? And of course, Llewellyn, that was awesome. You start thinking back to like Blake Gonzalez was one of the first guys to win a Reno tournament champion for us, and his bracket was loaded, man. And he wrestled really well and pretty much manhandled that bracket. And so, yeah, of course, you start thinking back on all that. And last year we had a handful of guys do really well out there, and we ended up actually winning the tournament last year's first time. So, yeah, again, it's good. Each year has its own stories, and ultimately it comes into one. You start blending all these things, the process of getting towards the end of the year, and yeah, I think every journey has some fun stories from it.
So what I want to do next is I kind of want to go weight by weight, looking through the wrestlers you guys are sending over to Reno. 125 pounds, Elijah Cater is really coming into his own. He'll face some good competition within the NAIA. Number 14, Landon Smith. Number 11, Kyle Semensky. Number 8, Clemento Delgado. And also could have the opportunity to face some really good Division One talent in Coda Holman and Max uh, Renteria. What are his goals coming in, and what do you expect out of Cater here?
Yeah, Cater has, man. He's making adjustments from the beginning of the year. He continues to get better. That's one thing we really pride ourselves on is our ability to develop guys. And Cater has great skill set, right, that we can keep building on. And we're also bringing out Caden Weber. He's done pretty good this year. So we have a good crew of guys coming out. Of course, Cater's done really well on the junior college scene and has beat some ranked guys already this year. He's unattached. He's going to be attached second semester. So we'll I'm excited for him, man. I'm excited for Weber as well. And yeah, it's going to be good. Of course, you start looking, you could easily get into like, all right, we might have this guy, and we'll see who shows up. And for Cater, I think it's just continue to improve. That's going to be his goal and make those adjustments that we've been working on in the room.
Then at 133 pounds, we got Gabe Gonzalez, who I had the opportunity of having a great interview with him at the Heart of America duels this past weekend in Davenport, Iowa. He's on a mission this year to be an NAIA champion. I mean, he's looking like that. If the tournament was tomorrow, he would be my number one pick for NAIA national champion. He's going to have an opportunity this weekend to face very tough Von Finn from Southern Oregon, who has been known in the past for being a guy to show up at tournaments like these. Could also have the opportunity to maybe face Luke Willochill, who recently placed at Cliff Keen. What are his hopes and goals for this tournament?
Gabe he wants to wrestle everybody, and that's for him. He wants the toughest road, and I'm excited for him to have opportunities to wrestle some guys, and it's easy, man. Like as we go through this, I say it's easy. I mean, for him, he wants the competition. He's like he's chomping at the bit, and so giving him that opportunity, and yeah, man, once Gabe gets rolling, we have all the faith in the world in what he can do, and so yeah, it doesn't. I don't think there's ever a time that whoever's across the line, it doesn't change for him. He's the same guy, and we have, like I said, 100% belief in what he can do, and so just let him go out and wrestle the way he wants to wrestle, and that's ultimately like our goal for Gabe is just have fun, score a lot of points, and he can do that. He can put up a bunch of points, and you watch him, he's got a big arsenal.
He's got, I tell you, he was on top of a kid trying to hit a move and he couldn't hit the move. And finally, he's like, you know what? Screw this. He threw a half Nelson and there was nothing that kid could do. As soon as he threw that half Nelson, the other kid was on his back and it was over. It's like,
Yeah.
you should have went for the half Nelson earlier.
For sure. Yeah, and I mean, I kind of listened to that interview and he's wanting to continue to develop, I think he's finding that he can really still widen his range and see what else he has the potential to do. And that's exciting, man. I love when our good guys, all our guys are continuing to progress and like figure out like these little areas, these little details that I need to adjust. And that's what we've been preaching, is hammer those details and really then we'll find out what the best version of them is at the end of the year.
You know, in college wrestling a lot, there's often a debate between NAIA and NCAA Division II, and I think we're going to have an phenomenal opportunity to see that in action with Luke Fogelman at 141 pounds. He's coming off. He's got to be excited. Got to be confident. He's coming off of a huge upset over Daryl Mills at the Heart of America duels last weekend. And he could very well end up facing the number one ranked wrestler in NCAA Division II, Johnny Lopez of San Francisco State. What are your opinions on being able to showcase NAIA versus NCAA Division II?
Um, my honest opinion, we want to wrestle everybody, and so yeah, of course, it's great. That's why we set our schedule up the way we do. It's why we've dueled Nebraska Kearney year in and year out. I like those guys. I have a lot of respect for them and what they do, and so man, for us, it doesn't matter. We're talking through the rankings and yeah, I'm excited to hype this up and get people excited. But yeah, it's just another opportunity for our guys to have some of those matches that yeah, maybe this guy's pretty tough and good. That's what we want. Maybe on paper you're not supposed to beat him or okay, that's on paper. Let's go, and so yeah, man, Fogelman's wrestling better. Got Reese Courtney too at 41. He transferred in this year, so from Campbell, and then Marcus Branford will be there too. So Branford's
Is
a junior college guy, so
when I talked with Coach Reeves about Courtney, he said he was injured. Is he going to be able to compete this
he's
weekend at
good.
Reno?
Yeah, yep.
Excellent,
So
awesome,
yeah,
good
he'll be
deal.
good. Yeah, and of course, things can happen. We got few days yet, and so we got to be smart and strategic. We got national duels after Christmas break, so yeah, man, it's one of those ones where we gotta do what's right for our guys individually, right? And then we know that's going to make the program better. So yeah, barring no injuries, I mean, our guys are going to go.
Good deal, good deal. Now, I don't want to be negative here, but we both know Elijah Larson had a bit of a setback last weekend. He was winning, I believe, 12-0, got caught in
Yep,
a bad move, got pinned. It happens, very very rarely does it not happen to even the best of us
for
in
sure.
wrestling. Um, Talk to me about building him back up, building his confidence back up, and him coming into Reno ready to kick some butt.
Yeah, he was ready after it. It was one of those ones, man. Again, it's terrible. It sucks in the moment, right? But he knew he made a mistake there, right? And we've already made adjustments, and he made adjustments 2 minutes after that. He knew what he did wrong and knew like he had a chance to go finish that match. And that's again a reminder, it's discipline within what we're doing, right? We got to stay focused 100% of the time. And so, yeah, it sucks, but I'm not worried about Eli. I think he's in a really good headspace. He continues to like progress. He continues to be open-minded to learning new things. And so, yeah, sometimes some of those things happen, but of course we don't want him to. And we're just gonna move forward, and he's gonna be in a good spot. He's excited, like I said, for the opportunity to just get back on the mat and yeah, just make sure we don't get chin whipped up
Yeah.
12-0.
Yeah. Yeah, those, like you said before, those kind of things happen, but this is early in the season. Put it behind you, move forward, kick some butt.
Exactly.
Uh, I don't want to be too redundant in some of these questions, but
No, you're good.
getting back into NCAA Division II versus the NAIA, both Elon Hurd and Cam Robinson, as well as Dylan Witt, have the opportunity to prove themselves against D2 competition. Some very tough kids. You got Ivan Smith, ranked number 7 in D2. You got number 8 ranked Kyle Botello of also of San Francisco State University. Um, I mean, other than pride and wanting to wrestle everybody, how does a wrestler look at, like, obviously, like, for example, Hurd wants to come in, he wants to obviously, beat the NAIA kids, as do Robinson and Witt, but is there something special about coming in and beating a kid from another division with a very high ranking?
Yeah, sure. Anybody that's supposed to be good, I think there's a piece of that, right? It's again, um, but we remind our guys like they probably hopefully they're not even looking at these guys as far as like what they're ranked or and like I told you before, you jumped on and you've done your homework, man. It's good. It's exciting, right? But for our guys, it's the message is going to be the same, man. It's the same every time you compete. And I know that sounds like cliche, but if we get caught up in this guy's good in this division, he's done this, then we're out of like where we need to be, and for our guys, like I said, every opportunity we want to take advantage of it, right? We want to make the most of it. And so that's been a constant message is like we get a chance, dude, we make a statement. I don't care if it's a duel against whoever, in our conference or a Division 2 guy that's supposed to be good, a Division 1 guy. Like we go show them what Grand View Wrestling is. And so then like a byproduct of that is us showing like how we wrestle, how we compete, whistle to whistle, dude. We're just continuing to look to score points. Then hopefully we're representing our division in the right way. And yeah, man, of course. Like I know people look at the division, they see us and that's great. So then let's show them what this is supposed to look like. And at a top tier program. There again, there's reasons why we've been successful. It's the culture, it's the philosophies, it's how we compete. Well, we're gonna carry that through and through, and every time we get to compete against these guys, and yeah, I hope we get tough competition. Right? That's the plan. If we don't, I don't want to fly anymore. Like I want these guys to come out here and want to wrestle us too, and I hope they're excited, and that's good.
you know uh Speaking about, wanting to showcase your talent and your skills, I had the opportunity to also interview Chris Ketchum at the NAI, excuse me, at the Heart of America duels this past weekend. And I tell you, I was telling him, I said, you could tell out on the mat, he always knew where he was at. He always knew where his opponent was, and he did such a good job of making those little itty bitty adjustments. I mean, he wrestled a very tough, ranked kid from Central Methodist, Roman
Yeah,
Garcia.
Garcia.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he's a two-time All-American himself, a very tough kid. And
Yeah.
Ketchum was able to win a very hard-fought match there. He has done almost everything there is to do in college wrestling. He was third and second in the NJCAA back when he wrestled for Nassau. Last year for St. Thomas, he took a
You got second
um
last year.
yeah, national runner-up finish last year. I mean, this guy has won his bronze, he's won his silver. Now he's looking at winning his gold, and he's going to have an opportunity this weekend to face another guy who's also gunning for the national title this year, Danal Gorshkov. And,
Yep.
if I pronounced that wrong, I
Yep.
apologize. From Embry Riddle. So this is going to be an opportunity for him to to be able to face and hopefully defeat another NAIA national contender.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's Ketchum and me have talked a lot, and he wants these matches, man, and we all do, right? If we could easily go out and just walk through brackets and matches, that's cool. But the stories come from like the tough matches, and that's what we wanted. I keep saying that's what we're going there to get, right? And Ketchum wants that, and yeah, man, I'm glad he's here. I listened to that one too, and yeah, he should have ended up here a little earlier, but he didn't, and he's here now, and I think that's good. And maybe his perspective has changed a little bit, and he just knows he needs to be surrounded by the right people. on and off the mat. He needs to be in an environment that's striving to be the best at everything they do. And I think he knew that originally, and it just took a little bit more time to get him here. And so,
I want to comment on what you just got through saying there, an environment to be the best at everything you do. I've known Aiden Reeves his entire life. And when I say I've
yeah.
known him his entire life, I held him shortly after he was born. So I really have known the guy for a long time. Um, and he talked to me about that. Like not only is it important for you guys to strive to be all Americans and national champions, you guys strive to be just as good in the classroom. And may I say, as a media guy, you guys also strive to be the best human beings you guys can possibly be. I mean, college wrestling media sometimes is one of those deals where you're kind of nervous. Does this kid want to be interviewed? Does this kid not want to be interviewed? Can you approach this guy? Can you not approach this guy? I have noticed the last couple of years of doing media that your kids, that your wrestlers, don't know if we want them to be called kids or not, but your wrestlers always, whether it's me or another media person, are always showing a tremendous amount of respect, a tremendous amount of honor and dignity. And I have to comment on that. When you say you strive to be the best everywhere, you're not just saying that. That is amplified and exemplified every time I've ever watched Grand View wrestlers, whether I'm meeting them at the Merle Hay Mall or I'm meeting them at a tournament, always have that every single time.
Yeah, man, that's what we want. We want our guys. Of course, we care about wrestling; it's important to us. But the most important thing is for like guys to buy into like that lifestyle, the championship lifestyle, and be the best human they can be. Right? Become the best man. Become who you want to be in the future now. Right? Let's speed that process up. And yeah, it's awesome to hear. I'm glad our guys that they continue to live that even when maybe I'm not around, and that's the goal, right? Is they continue to pass these messages on. And yeah, it's awesome, man. It really is. And you talked about Reeves, and that's why he's still here. He bought into this place, and he's one of the best, man. A great human. He's taken his lifestyle to another level, and I'm excited for him to continue to pass it on to our guys, and I think I'd be crazy not to have that guy around. So
I I agree. I would say 100%, but I agree a little bit more than that. So I will
there
say I
you go.
agree
Yeah,
110%.
for
Now,
sure.
getting back to Reno real quick, and Aiden has told me how to say his name probably
I got you.
25
I can do it
times.
if you need me to.
I'm going to call him GK for right
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
Not only is GK one of the absolute best wrestlers in the NAIA, perhaps even the best wrestler in the NAIA right now, in my opinion, he's one of the best 197 pounders in college wrestling, period. He has the opportunity to be able to showcase that talent against some very, very tough NCAA Division One talent, Asher Ruchti of Oregon State, and then uh, excuse me, Ashton Richie, who was of Oregon State, now at Southern Oregon, so
Yep.
a former D1 wrestler, is what I meant to say, and then also having the opportunity to showcase talents against Justin Rademacher of Oregon State and Joey Novak of Wyoming. In my opinion, a lot of times when you see guys from smaller divisions, D3, NAIA, D2 against D1, people are always thinking, okay, D1 is going to win this. I
hmm
think GK can beat these guys. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, I do too. That's why he's on our team. So, no, GK, yeah, Garavus, Kweko Bakilao is how you pronounce it. He's the man. I love that kid. We were in Serbia and getting to represent, you look at the world scene at the U23 level, cut one, two schools and us, right? Non-division one, it's just us. And so that's all, GK buying into the philosophies and how we operate here and continuing to like really push himself to find out what his top ceiling is. And I don't think he's found it yet. We're getting better still, and so that's exciting. And of course, we wrestled Asher last year at Nationals. Kid's tough. But I think GK's got the mindset. He's like a dog on a bone. He wants to wrestle. He's fired up. He's the epitome of like he's starving for guys to like fight him and compete with him. He wants that. And I told him, hey man, competition's getting smaller and smaller and we want it so bad, right? We want to find that and he wants it. he wants to find out, and get tested, and I hope he does, and I know he wants that, and he wants a tough match, and uh yeah, we'll see again who all shows up. It kind of varies, right? I know things
Yeah.
can change and guys get banged up, and it's that time of year, and Christmas is around the corner, so somebody might take a week off, but our guys are going to be there.
Well, my last question for you is, as I know we're coming into Reno, we're coming in there to take home some championships, some of those top six medals, so on and so forth. Are you guys going to do anything fun while you're in Reno?
I've been to Reno a few times. Fun is com competition. That's
Yeah,
what, and
I knew you'd say
we
that.
just we get to like let go and just wrestle. The work, the making weight, the travel, like that's what we're looking forward to. Um, our guys, it's a couple days out there that they gotta like be disciplined and be locked in with everything, and we don't have classes to worry about, so that's awesome. They get to just like hang out with their boys and enjoy this. So I think that we continue to remind these guys that's the fun part. This whole journey is at the end of the year is what you're going to look back on. The hotel trip, the flight, hanging out in an airport. If we have a layover, even if we get delayed, I hate getting delayed. I don't want to get delayed, but if we do, again, that's a part of the story. So have fun with everything that comes our way. The obstacles, the setbacks, they suck in the moment, but again, that's what's going to write the story. That's what we want to continue to like. How are we going to overcome these adversities? And hopefully we get tested and we come out on the right side of it. Great. That's again, we want every part of this to be like heading the right direction in how we respond in everything. And so, yeah, I mean, our guys don't get to go do a whole lot. They can hang out and walk around if they want to. We're not going to go skiing. We're not going to, up in like the mountains. We're gonna stay down in the hotel, relax, and um, yeah, that'll be about it. I don't. You got any recommendations out in Reno?
I tell you what, I'm gonna say this right now. The only gambling you guys are going to be doing is betting on yourselves at the Reno Tournament of Champions.
Exactly. Yep. That's it. We're taking all those bets. We bet on red and black. That's it.
Well, Coach Henderson, I want to thank you for being a part of JT1 Wrestle today. And I also want to wish you guys not only the best of success here at Reno, but for the rest of the year as well. HOA, the NAIA Nationals, and of course, all of the duels you guys will be wrestling in as well.
For sure, man. Yeah, let me know. We can do this anytime. We can get Coach Reedy and Coach Reeves in here. We can talk wrestling. Those guys are wrestling nuts. So whenever you want to do this, we're on board.
Excellent. You'll definitely get a couple more emails from me before the season is over.
Sweet. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm excited for Reno. So thanks for having me on.
You bet. Take care.
Yeah, have a great one.